My name is Christopher Lane, and my title of my speech is Mint Chocolate Fudge. Imagine, if you will, the smooth texture of fudge on your tongue, and how it conforms to the roof of your mouth as it warms up. And the taste as it melts, rich and chocolatey. And now imagine, add to that, a hint of mint. For me, fudge just doesn't get any better than this. Today you'll learn that fudge is not only delicious, but it's easy to make, and the ingredients are inexpensive. There are 3 major steps to making a fudge success. One is to have or obtain the ingredients and utensils needed. 2 is to follow the directions for both heating and cooling of your fudge. And 3, you'll need to cut and plate your fudge for presentation. Having said that, let's talk about the ingredients. You'll need 2/3 of a cup of evaporated milk, 1½ cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of mint extract, 1½ cups of chocolate chips, and 2 cups of mini marshmallows. And the utensils will be a medium saucepan for heating your fudge, a spatula for stirring and scraping, a baking dish for cooling your fudge, plastic wrap for lining the bottom of your dish for easy extraction, a breadboard to save your countertops, a large knife for cutting long, straight lines, and a plate for presentation. Now, having all that, you are ready to prepare your fudge. First thing you'll need to do is place your saucepan over a burner on medium heat. Then you can add your milk, your butter, your sugar, and salt. You're going to let this simmer for 5 minutes, and it's important that you don't walk away from it because you're going to need to stir this intermittently so that you don't scorch it, because scorching is not going to lead to nice tasting fudge. After 5 minutes of simmering, you can go ahead and turn your burner off, and then we can add the rest of our ingredients. You can add the chocolate chips, the mini marshmallows, and your mint, which is our secret ingredient. Now, having added all of this, you're going to need to take your spatula and mix it all together. And when I say mix it, you're going to need to mix and mix and mix, because it might take a while, but what you're looking for is a consistency that's smooth and creamy. And once you obtain that, you're now ready to prepare your baking dish. You're going to line your baking dish with plastic wrap on the bottom, on all the inner surfaces. And then you can take your saucepan and your spatula and pour your mixture into the dish, using the spatula to scrape the sides to make sure you get all the chocolatey goodness in there. Now, having done that, you, having done that, you have to wait 10 minutes, because you can't just put your fudge directly in the refrigerator. It has to cool off and settle. If you put it in too soon, because we're going to cover it with plastic wrap, you'll have condensation, and you don't want that. So what do you do with 10 minutes? Well, every time you do it, you think to yourself, what am I going to do? And then you look around, and it's obvious there's some great cleanup opportunities. First of which is to lick the spatula. And after that, if you're ambitious and you're still hungry, there's a pan. You can lick that too. Afterwards, you'll want to wash your face. And then, of course, most importantly, is you want to wash the dishes that you've used. Having done all this, now the fudge has had a chance to cool off, so you can go ahead and cover the top with plastic wrap and place it in the refrigerator. You're going to refrigerate this for 3 to 4 hours so they can set up and be firm. Now, after it has firmed up, you're going to remove your fudge from the fridge, dump it out onto a cutting board, and unwrap it. Now what you have here is a giant piece of fudge. And from experience, I know that you're going to want this one huge piece of fudge for yourself and yourself alone. And I don't recommend it. And what I recommend is grabbing a knife as soon as possible while you still have the willpower. Next slide. And cutting up your fudge into manageable bite-sized portions. Now, the only thing left to do is to plate your fudge for presentation. And here we have here. I did make the mistake of using a black plate, which leaves nice fudgy fingerprints all over it. So to review, the three major steps in creating fudge success are obtaining or having the correct ingredients and utensils, to follow the instructions on heating and cooling off your fudge, and the third one is cutting, plating, and plating your fudge for preparation. Now, I thank you for listening to my speech on fudge. And I would like to say that while regular fudge is great all year long, mini fudge is especially nice for the Christmas season. Thank you.
Thank you.